Fortnite went the Call of Duty route of having different rules for competitive and pubs with this latest patch, plus there are tons of leaks to discuss in today's video. The patch that went live on Wednesday addressed a bunch of complaints that the community was having with the 8.11 patch, but little did those complaininators on Reddit forget about the phrase, "be careful what you wish for," as there's even more backlash somehow to the new one. First, there are some new beepity bops in the form of everyone's favorite way to die, those set and forget traps, with a new poison dart trap that was first data mined in the 8.10 patch, which will fire darts at a user even if they don't run directly over, under, or next to said trap, which does have a 10 damage over 8 possible ticks for 80 total damage that also bypasses any shield that you may have, so it damages your health directly. Of course, since it is one step forward, one step backwards Epic Games we're talking about here, there are many issues with all sorts of traps, not just the poison dart trap, because when you add new code paths, regression testing seems to be lost on developers nowadays, so an 8.20.1 hotfix was actually just released this morning to remedy a lot of those scenarios, like having them blocked on stairs and hidden behind curtain assets for a real peeping Tom. Surprise, motherfucker. There are also new foraged items behind the shrooms that you get high on, or the apples that are keeping the psychologist that you need to see because of your video game addiction away. First, a banana to restore 5 health, similar to apples in the tropical biome, not for just throwing out the window of a moving car into a wooded area without the fear of getting a ticket for littering. Cocoa nuts, the mulatto cousin of D's nuts, that restores 5 health or shield if you already have full health, found in the desert or tropical biomes. And lastly, peppers that aren't the trade bait for Odell Beckham Jr. that grant 5 health and a 20% speed increase for 10 seconds because you're trying to run to the nearest outhouse on the map because of explosive diarrhea found in the desert biome. However, the biggest uproar isn't about the new things, but rather reverting changes to the old ways in the pre-7.40 patch for public playlists. In order to make the game less sweaty than Gandhi's flip-flop, some of the rule changes that were implemented for the competitive modes have been relegated to that mode only, and the public mode now has the limitation of 500 materials per type finally being lifted back to 999, which is welcome in a game whose sole distinction from most other ho-hum BR copy pastas is the building mechanic, along with strangely nerfing eliminations with no longer dropping 50 materials each and giving 50 health and or shield per kill. I'm mixed on the latter portion of this, as I don't like it when I have a player one-shot, then he gets hulked up like a wrestling match in the 80s because he killed some random window licker or fuck trumpet teammate that did something dumb, and then he just turns around and kills me because he now has more health. However, decentivizing action in a battle royale game is a head-scratching decision, because who wants to play like someone avoiding engagements like Oprah because they're afraid of being third-party crashed by Seamus O'Toole and Bobby O'Shea, mopping up the survivors like vultures. These changes, however, are not implemented into the competitive mode, like I said, of which there is a permanent rank playlist arena mode in the coming soon black hole. So people that don't like these changes that were made originally for the competitive community can go play the fucking competitive mode. Other changes with the patch include the pirate cannons not sucking to navigate and increasing the radius of the projectile shot from it, whether that's yourself or an actual explosive, because the week 4 challenge of launching yourself through 25 structures has made me hate pirates all to fucking together. The buried treasure item that negates any sense of looting once obtained because you automatically get the best shit in the game is now even more user-friendly in UI updates, with an actual arrow now pointing in the direction like a shitty waypoint. They're still trying to push the semi-auto infantry rifle by making it hit scan like other assault rifles, as well as reducing base damage to account for it now being easier to use without bullet drop. In order to combat consoles already obsolete when launched hardware, lighting adjustments were made in order to have processing less reliant on shadows and other effects, so the game now looks overall brighter and should perform better. Unfortunately, that means textures look like pixelated bukkake. Lastly, in new things, there was a dig site near Paradise Palms that showed up on the map with this update, similar to the iceberg from Season 7 that made players eager to speed up global warming everywhere, but this time, instead of getting to see the skin that you're going to unlock in a few weeks, only a volcano vent was uncovered because players were probably too quick to dig up something important before Epic actually put it in the game. Of course, the week 5 challenges also went live yesterday, which include for the have-nots, dealing 200 damage with scope weapons to opponents, which Epic is still really trying to push the other awful ARs that weren't buffed in this update, but rather in the prior, searching chests in Paradise Palms if you want to check out those red hot chili peppers that aren't under a bridge, or shifty shafts if you want to find a paltry amount of loot for the amount of time it takes you to navigate the area, and finally, completing a lap on the racetrack north of Happy Hamlet in the snow biome, which should be so slippery that even drifters would say fuck that. For the premium halves, getting 15 bounces in a row with the bouncy ball toy, which is actually so easy once you build yourself into a 1x1 and throw it off the wall like you usually do because you're hashtag forever alone and never had anyone to play catch with. Using a volcano vent, zipline, and vehicle in the same match, so land near sunny steps where the biggest concentration of said items occur, or better yet, just take a vehicle over there. Eliminating 3 opponents at Pirate fire camps, which are those random building stacks with those annoying ass cannons in them shown here on the map, and finally a stage challenge of gaining shields from first mushrooms, then small shield potions, and finally large shield jars, and a missed opportunity to force people to consume the brand new shit Epic just added into the game. Complete all of these menial tasks and you'll get this loading screen here showing off Fortnite's interpretation of Katniss Everdeen, which is a weird theme that doesn't belong to pirates or Polynesians nor the Fire and Ice conflict, but I'm guessing that HBO is rather strict with the Game of Thrones theme crossovers, allowing only beer commercials with shitty bevs like Bud Light during the Super Bowl. It also shows up the Battlestar location by the lava fall, which can be found at the bottom of the volcano on the map shown here, which is actually slightly off from where it is on the loading screen. Nice lack of attention to detail there, Epic. The week 6 challenges have also been leaked, which the freebies are actually some ones that take sleuthing work to figure out, like visiting a wooden rabbit, stone pig, and metal llama, which are found around the outskirts of the map like boosting bitches, hashtag Call of Duty throwback. Visiting the 5 highest elevations on the map, which will probably be off the top of my head, the volcano, the Viking ship, Trick Shot Mountain, and 2 somewhere near Paradise Palms, and finally eliminating opponents at Lazy Lagoon if you want to wade through slow-ass water for that booty, or Frosty Flights, which is useless now that planes are vaulted. For Battle Pass owners, they'll be getting an elimination with a flint knock pistol or a boom bow, which obviously means the weapon in the week 5 loading screen and data mine in this patch will be actualized in the next update, using 2 different throwables in a single match, so just point them away from yourself unless you want to be like an idiot like JPP and Fireworks, searching where the knife points on the treasure map loading screen shown here, which is way the fuck out by the edge of the map, east of Sunny Steps, and a stage landing challenge with 5 different places. Complete all of these, and this is the week 6 loading screens shown here that looks like Kung Fu Panther, a spinoff of an Unlikely Kids franchise that somehow keeps getting movies made. More on leaks, there are brand new things to play dress up with in a shooter that have been data mined in the patch, starting with the palette swaps of popular skins from last season with the Molten Battlehound and Molten Valkyrie in the Lava Legends pack, but hey, at least they fit the fire theme, contrasting with the prior ice theme, and this yet to be named non-Halloween themed Jacked Gordon, because of course Epic is going to try and do the least amount of effort possible for the most amount of money. There's also the male shaman and female night witch, not the band that gives you floorgasms, another pair male seawolf and female buccaneer skins with unlockable styles for pirates, and the prickly patroller for furries that also like it rough. For pickaxes, the demon skull that goes with the Lava Legends pack ripoffs, Moonbone for those stereotypical savage outfits, High Seas for the non-captain type pirates, Prickly Axe, and a missed opportunity for the punny name Prick Axe if you're a sick fuck wanting some cacti on cacti action, and this unnamed one that seems to fit with that other unnamed skin. Further entrenched in their sets for back blings, the Molten Crested Cape and Molten Valkyrie wings for the Lava Legends pack, the Battle Mask and Cuddle Doll for those voodoo practitioners, Seaworthy along with Barrel and Booty arr for those pirate sets, gliders are the Lava Wing, which hopefully won't be as boomingly fucking loud as the ice version, Cuddly Cruiser so you could be all furried out, Plunder for when you want to unleash the wimpiest Kraken, and Targeted, which seems like the only thing on this list that doesn't belong in a set. In wraps, there's the Golden Scales because they already did Gold Snakes for gliders and back blings, so that's just an easy port over. Heat Wrap, that should be renamed Charred Wrap, and another unknown one that looks like someone spilt Taco Bell's nacho fries all over and got terribly photoshopped onto a wrap. Lastly are emotes with a fire spinner to actually fit the theme of this season, Jazz Hands like the Division 2's weapon perk because Jubilation apparently wasn't exciting enough, Fanciful, which should probably keep lawsuit over infringement of dance moves out of Epic's way, and Punched Up, that is probably just a portion of the workout emote lifted to reuse assets for profit. There's also new freestyles that just became unlocked for Season 3's Outer Space themed skins, Mission Specialist, and Moonwalker to remove their helmets like Samus and Super Metroid if you weren't Terabad at the game. Cosmetics aren't the only leaked things, as there's yet another new trap on the horizon with the cannon wall traps that are basically reverse glory holes that probably have the same damage model as the current cannonballs when you walk past them. Additionally, Dusty Divot might be repurposed into a full lab that might be covering the original area with layers of dirt, as shown here, to finally build it back up to the trifecta of shacks from before the meteor hit way back when the game kinda sucked but was still better than most around. But the construction equipment kinda matches that excavation site from earlier that I spoke of in the video, so perhaps the slightly disappointing is setting up for future considerations here. In other event leaks, there are audio files that point to a volcano eruption, so finally, months after having asshats stare at Loot Lake live streaming for hours on end, they might actually get one this time around. Lastly, in audio leaks are sounds for respawn vans, which I talked about a few videos ago, that are currently located around the map but are non-interactive as of now. The mechanic is popular in Apex Legends, and of course, since Epic loves taking other ideas for their own benefit, as we've seen countless times on Reddit, I'm guessing that this will be in the next hated patch coming to the game. Anyways, what do you think about the controversial patch changes and the leaks? I've been the Schwanz27, making like a banana and splitting, not healing. Until next time.